Hi there, my name is Bree, short for Brianna with Audrey, and I'm currently a senior at Universitas Indonesia's International Relations Program. And welcome to my IISMA reflexive video. Okay, so if you've known me for quite some time, you'd know that it has been a dream of mine to take a course or two or a summer program or two abroad during my undergraduate days. And I mean, ever since I was a freshman, really, I kept on looking for scholarships to go abroad because, let's face it, there's only a limited amount of prestigious schools that are willing to open their doors for me whilst charging a really small amount of money. And frankly, I am in no position to spend money more than my entire undergraduate tuition fee for a month or two of learning in a questionable institution abroad. So yeah, not to mention that there's a lack of scholarship available for the summer or exchange programs due to the pandemic. So I was actually about to kiss that dream of mine goodbye. But then suddenly IISMA came out, the Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards. It came out and it seemed a little bit too perfect and too good to be true, but I did everything in my power to make sure that I got it. They said that they had a slot for 1,000 kids, and I had to make sure that I was part of those 1,000 students. And long story short, I did. I was part of that group. I'm so happy because I was admitted to KU Leuven, the Catholic University of Leuven in Belgium. And I guess what got me going was that it's currently globally ranked in the 45th position. It's a really good school. It's really exclusive and prestigious. And I can't believe that little old me from Indonesia was given the opportunity to do this, and the fact that the school was located about 30 minutes-ish from Brussels, Belgium, Europe's capital city, made everything much more dreamier because I love Europe and I've always wanted to experience what it's like to live in Europe in this cultural hub. And what made everything seem more perfect were the courses that IISMA offered. So the first things that you gotta know about participating in IISMA is that if you get in, you would not be able to freely or entirely freely choose your courses, because you would only be able to choose from this catalog or a range of subjects that IISMA and your host university has pre-curated and deemed worthy enough for the Indonesian development. And to some people, this might be a hassle because the courses offered by their university, it might not align with their passion or it might not align with their current major. But lucky for me, the ones that are offered by KU Leuven, I feel like they were all made for me. So anyway, I took 3 courses. The first one is Literature, Religion, and Arts in Europe. The second one is East-West Perspective in Philosophy. And the last one is Institute and Policies of the European Union. Simply speaking, these are not classes that I would have ever encountered in my major, let alone in Indonesia, really. So I guess it just became super special to me because I would have never experienced this if I were to just stay in Indonesia. The thing that I would be able to learn about arts in the center of the Western art movement, as well as philosophy in the top 10 institutions in the world for philosophy and theology, and also to learn about the European Union literally about an hour away from the European Union headquarters. I almost screamed, really. And yeah, the courses are perfect, but my favorite parts was actually the lectures. So, truth be told, I was not a fan of the Indonesian teaching process system. Yeah, I didn't like those, interactive class methods where students were expected to make a deck or a presentation regarding a certain topic and present them to their classmates in the classroom, while the lecturer just acts as a facilitator. I paid to learn about this class, and you're making a bunch of undergraduates who knew nothing about this topic before last night to teach me about it. I don't think so. I don't think that that's actually a wise way to, teach, really. But apparently that particular way of teaching does not exist in KU Leuven in Belgium, and I'm so happy about it. So basically, here are the lecturers that are really good in their subject, and they cover the entirety of their topic. They are the ones who constantly talk and explain, and the students, of course, people think that, oh no, the students won't be interactive. They would sleep in class and not care at all. But no, the students are actually very interactive and very active in class. They are the ones who constantly answer the rhetorics given out by the professor and ask questions. And I feel like I feel like this is the best way to go. If you want your students to ask questions, then you better properly explain what you're supposed to explain so that we can think critically and find gaps from it. Speeding this up because it's just me ranting about the Indonesian teaching system. And I actually feel like I learned something there. So yeah, personally I feel like I got my or IISMA's money worth because I'm literally learning from people who know what they're talking about. And as I told you, I had amazing lectures. For example, for my literature class, I was taught by one of the forefronters of the Irish studies in the entire European continent. And I was taught by the president of the Philosophical Association for East-West thoughts in the entire world. And last but not least, I was taught by the director of the Education, Youth, and Cultural's Policy, Strategy, and Evaluation Division in the European Commission himself. I'm at awe. These are really amazing people, and they actually gave the time to teach students like us, and I just... Ah! So yeah, I am literally paid to listen and talk with these amazing people that I would have never had the opportunity to meet if it weren't for IISMA. And that's not all. My favorite culture in KU Leuven is actually their exam culture. So first off, you get to choose when you want to do your exams. And this is a privilege that not all universities in the world actually offers. Or at least the one in Indonesia, really. And second of all, the professors actually take the time to talk to all of their students regarding their exams. So I got to discuss where I went right and wrong in my exam. And, this is such an eye-opener. And to think that these people are actually so busy. They took the time to tell me personally on how I can better myself. I feel very taken care of as a scholar, and not only do they talk about how I can better myself in a particular subject, but whenever I ask them about opinions regarding what I should do for my masters, how I should approach my future master studies, they actually tell me what to do, and they actually tell me read these literatures, read that books from this particular writer, contact this person, and I feel like, wow, they actually really do want people to become smarter here. So, just look at these. These are excerpts of some of those feedback sessions.
You had a very good reading report. Again, you read a lot of articles and quoted from them so that I could indeed check that you had read them.
Mm-hmm.
It was very convincing, so you got 18 out of 20 for that, which is a pretty high mark. So that was really a pleasure to read, I must say.
Thank you so much.
It shows that people are committed, and that's what we want. We want people who want to learn not just for a diploma, but because you're curious about life. And that's what you feel in this kind of reading report, so that's why I liked it.
You have to understand that exams in KU Leuven are so hard. There's literally a 50% dropout rate here due to how hard it is to pass classes. And these talking sessions, I can't wrap my head around the fact that they actually want to talk to me about how I can be a better person and a better academician. With that being said, I am officially IISMA biased because never in my life would have I gotten this academic experience if I stayed back home in Indonesia. I never would have found myself in the presence of Europe's great thinkers, discussing about classes with my friends who are as equally as enthralled as I am regarding topics that are being taught. And I simply wouldn't find myself and what I want to do in the future if it were not because of IISMA. Oh, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Dankjewel, IISMA, for giving me an adventure of a lifetime. I have learned so many life lessons and academic knowledge here, and I promise you that you'll find myself contributing to Indonesia's development with all these knowledge that I had from my time in Belgium as my reference and as my toolkit. See you in the next reflective video, and be bold to go abroad.